to this one. One of the players isn't seeming to have hit start. Perhaps it's in the chat window. It will say, good game, good game. They click start. So perhaps that was just was they trying to assess it. Now, this one's got an obvious combination which is jumping out to me. This is game 2 of Natasha's League F match. Natasha is claw mac, this time at the bottom of the page, and Raphy's at the top. This is tunnel. When you discard it, you can gain an extra gold, and then there's a hunting lodge here, and hunting lodge allows you to discard 5 cards if you want. It's a bit wasteful if you have to end up using it, but the fact that there are discards in place gives a good chance of getting an extra gold. Defiled Shrine is a bit of a weird one. You're looking to buy a curse at some point, and whilst there are some buys you can get via a boon, a buy via Merchant Guild, Fair gets you another plus buy anyway. So this is one where you can build up your deck, and if you get a very powerful deck in one go, this is fine. I'm not seeing a huge card building potential. You can get a second go with Outpost potentially, but there aren't many plus cards. So what Outpost does is give you a second go with 3 turns. Mystic. There are a couple of combinations which allow you to know beforehand what it is. The extra card, you need to guess it. Not great odds for this. It can help a bit. You can get to a situation where you get it directly. But I think someone needs to actually buy the Fair, and Natasha's done this. Whether she will think to buy the Curse, it's now at a stage where it's probably a good idea to be buying it. It's up to 5. That gives you 4 VP for a single buy. So what I think Natasha should do this time is use the Goat card, which will trash an estate. This is a weird money one. It's called Heirlooms. And you need to play your coins in a particular order in order to be able to get the effects. So she's trashed that. I think she'll buy, she bought Tunnel, that also makes sense. And she bought the Curse, yes. So I think, although Raphy's got quite a strong rating, he's somewhat off Natasha's level, but that still doesn't mean it's game over, as I said, at this level. But it's obviously a promising start. She's got 9 VPs, and Raphy's successfully trashed all of his estates, so he's on 0 VPs. So here you see this 5 shield thing. Again, we're seeing some villagers. These times the villagers, Natasha got 2, Raphy's got 1. The villagers are coming from something called lackeys, and what this file's showing where these 5 shields came, where I was kind of suggesting buying Curse came from, is each action card starts with a 2 shield on it, unless there's a particular one which will gain shields back later. And when you buy one of them, it goes onto the Defiled Shrine, and then the buying of a Curse can get you back to this. Now Raphy's joined on the Fair. It's a little bit difficult when you're not playing it actually to see what's being bought as clearly, because obviously they're playing quite quickly. So sometimes you need to go to the log, which is down here on the right hand side. Now I'm hoping again that my technical issues are all running smoothly, and that when we come to convert this to the dimensions for the video, you'll be watching back hopefully. Everything will be smoothly and you'll see everything that I'm seeing. But I have a weird size screen, and it could be that I made this a bit small, so I'm going to try and talk and describe it through. Resizing windows halfway through transmission perhaps isn't the best of ideas, but really thought it'd be interesting to see the games anyway. Now, as I said in my previous one, for those who are watching, this is not neutral commentary. We're here, we're supporting Clawmark Attack, who is Natasha. You will see, talking about many of her other videos where she's doing the Dominion games mainly, though the very attentive followers will find her from other games too. She's a very able games all-rounder. So whilst this one's not going quite so well, I think with the nature of Dominion, you can't guarantee being promoted every time, but she just started this because of the lockdown opportunities a couple of months back, and in her first league ones, because they're quite regular leagues, she was promoted. So doing well, but still on a Division F level, which obviously they're going upwards, I believe, in letters. So a few ways to go up, but that shouldn't mean that you should regard your opponents as necessarily much stronger at this kind of level, because this is also still an unrated game, oddly, for when you're playing these. And these two special cards you see are Fair and Defiled Shrine, which, yeah, I've resized the screen a little bit. I've shifted them over here. Fair was the plus buy. That costs 4 coins. That's worth getting. As I say, you got the tunnel. Not actually seeing the opportunity for the tunnels to come into effect much, but basically Hunting Lodge could have discarded them. And also potentially Pixie with a boon could discard them, but neither of them are gone for that. Pixie's not so useful for getting boons because you need to trash it in order to receive it. So the Defiled Shrine's back up to 3. I think perhaps with the it would have been time to buy a curse again for one of them, since they both have the extra buy. But I suppose even with the one trashing goat card in play, they're not so keen about it. You will always see the Pixie in with the goat, because that's the reason that the goat's been added in, and that actually means you only have 6 coppers, and 1 coin was a goat, so I didn't quite show you the starting thing. So these, if you get one, you'll get the other. Now there is one of these green landmark cards, which are special bonuses, which you can get you more victory points. There's an end game one which requires you to get 10 coppers, and often what people forget, because you don't get a count of what you've got in your hand at any time, even as a spectator we don't see, whilst you could potentially go through the log, is that you only have 6 coppers. So if you're having to buy up to 10 coppers, you'd only have 3. So the Merchant Guild will now get some coffers as well. Now, the one thing Raphy's got going for him is that he's got the extra coffers. He has a potential second buy. So whilst he's still currently a whole province behind, and a 9 thing, so even a 4-4 provinces is no good for him. He could potentially buy 2 in one go eventually, because of the things he's built up. But he's now using another trashing card, which is Mercenary, and it's a bit of an attack card as well, so it's a bit of a pain for Natasha. But with all these villages still intact, it's not really going to make up for the fact that if you look at all this, he's had to use his coffers already. Okay, that's not too bad actually. How did he end up with 10 coins there? Perhaps he made it successful going with a Mystic. But he still, whilst he's got he's effectively got province and coffers here. Yeah, I miss one of the things where his silvers come from. He should have got 2 from Mercenary, but he needs to trash 2 cards from that. 1 from Merchant Guild, that's 3, and his other one's from Mystic. So I'm just going to go back and track to see what I missed picking up on there. So he drew Mystic. Did he guess right with the Mystic, perhaps? So yeah, one thing about this log, it doesn't actually show you the total money, so you need to be watching as you go along. So this one, I think, yeah, he's got 4 coins definitely in play coming here, and his attack cards are costing Natasha cards in hands, but there's limits for how long he can keep this trick up with his Mercenary. Yeah, trashing. Okay, discard another one. So he's currently on 2 coins. As I said, this is effectively a province which just isn't in hand yet. So with the Mystic, he makes a guess for a card. So he's hoping for Mercenary. That's an odd choice. So we know his next card is going to be a copper. So yeah, he's up to province 1. Actually, he has called up quite a bit. But Natasha's been trashing cards too. So Natasha looking on a 7 here, maybe getting a little bit of nerves, even though you've got this big 19-point lead. The problem with the 19-point lead is that it's not in terms of provinces. There's still quite a lot of points there. So as I will have told you many times before, the magic number is 43 to guarantee locking it in, but normally you will not get everything bought. And then you also need to see who was first player. So this is turn 11. So Clawmac was first player, which is another slight complication because it means if they end on the same points, but she gets there later, she's in more trouble. But now Natasha's up to three coffers, which is close to a duchy's worth, and still able to buy a province. Now with the second buy, okay, she's gone for the Pixie. That's an interesting choice to extent because you're going for a boon, but it's a bit unknown which boon you'll get. I still think these tunnels haven't quite kicked in, so actually it would be 51 potentially there, plus from the Defiled Shrine. I think tunnel would have counted on it. What's the rules for what started off with one? Because we weren't quite here. Non-gathering action supplied pile. So that's not that. So there would have been 22 victory points. Actually, I could have just worked it out from the 9. So really, as I said, with this being an extra province, Raphy should be on 6, but he's on 0. Natasha also on 25. So on the provinces alone, there are 30 points left in the provinces. So realistically, one more province, and Natasha would have quite a difficult lead for it to be possible for Raphy to possibly catch up with, even with his many buys. And still, he's not buying the provinces yet. I think this is very ambitious of him. His thinking is to build up lots and lots of coffers, I think, but coppers. But I'm still not convinced that the mercenary attack's strong enough to hurt here. Oh, he had a second turn with outpost. So, okay, he's really... Yeah, he's trying to build up the provinces and things. But at most, even if he gets to 4 provinces, as I say, he needs actually 5 of them. So he's going to have to buy quite a lot of duchies. So I think he's going to struggle, because if you're buying 4 provinces... Yeah, so you can need 5 provinces and duchy. So he's really on perhaps around 18 now, I would guess, if he's not buying... I must buy a province now, surely. This isn't just something I'm missing. Because his other problem with buying like this is Natasha's can go through the lackeys quite quickly as well. So effectively, it's only actually 6 buys before the game ends. So his 35 coins, which is now 4 provinces, which is pretty big. Yeah, I suppose actually Natasha's problem is she's still sitting only on 5. Shows he needs to use this hunting lodge here and get a little bit lucky. Yeah, so she discards this. We'll see a tunnel. She gained a gold. So this is what makes it difficult for spectator. We didn't see the little option for doing this. Still, she needs to hit a province here, I think, and even this is a little bit scary for her. That outpost coming up for Raphy has actually paid off a bit. He's going to have 1 turn. There's a 1 turn hanging in the balance here, actually. There is another 3 points here. So let's see if Natasha ended up on 34, Raphy can get 33. So yeah, as long as she yeah, I think she's got to... Well, she could buy a tunnel or a province and a curse. Yeah, I think she's got to use 1 copper here. I think it province, estate, curse is the needed buy to protect against Raphy's next move, because I think he can get to 33, but he'd be able to get to 35 otherwise. So there's the province. Or lackeys, he's trying to accelerate the game. Is he going to buy that curse? No, she didn't buy the curse. I think we'll see Raphy end the game here if his shuffle allows. It all comes down to his hunting lodge. So this is going to move to 1-1. So whilst I didn't like his play to begin with, and it's still only turn 12, so there's actually been a very fast game. I think, yeah, the goat speeds things up a bit. I think it's also the fair option. He's managed to accumulate a lot of buys because of these villagers, because normally Merchant Guild doesn't quite get there. Yeah, he's got his 5 province buy here. He needs another 5 coins, 4 coins. 10, yep, 45. So that's, yeah, he's won the game now. So it's 1-1, unless something very surprising happens. Yeah, that was unlucky for Natasha, actually. I'm just wondering whether, would that have been enough? He would have needed, then otherwise he would have needed 50 coins. He would have just been short if Natasha had bought that estate curse. But as also, for those of you who are watching the video, this isn't on a lot of sleep. Ooh. I don't think he didn't use his coffers. Oh, he's got outpost. Okay. He's fine. I thought for a moment he'd messed up. But no. Okay, so that's the end of this one. So round 2, it's 1-1. Things are exciting, getting a bit exciting here. They're getting close. So well done, Raphy. And I'd overlooked that a bit as commentator, as you can see. But on to the next match.